Alright, might as well start. Let's go to the game. And as you recall, I was just here, just having finished ARR. And now we're gonna start the ARR patch content. Although I'm not gonna do it right away. I'm gonna do a bunch of other things because there's a bunch of stuff to do when you're finished with ARR. That's not just the main story quest. So you have a couple things here from Minfilia, for example. First, let's take the price of principal. See what she has to say. Kit, it pleases me to see you well. Do excuse me for interrupting, Kit. My lady, the gentleman from Ashgana Exports has just left. I understand now why you didn't want to receive him. You did well, Tataru. Please inform the guards that we will not be receiving any further guests this evening. Thank you, my lady. Ever since we defeated Gaius van Belsar and destroyed his ultimate weapon, the eyes of the world have followed our every move, scarce remembering to blink. While once we worked in secret, with precious few friends and all too many enemies, we are now besieged by benefactors, each one more eager than the last to offer us his complete support. A true embarrassment of riches. Of course, every promise of patronage comes with a price. Some make their intentions known from the start, while others endeavor to engage us more subtly. Dress it how they will, the message is ever the same. We shall help you, but only if you help us. The gentleman Tataru spoke of was more brazen than most. In exchange for certain supplies, he would have us resolve a business dispute. Naturally, I refused him, as I had every other merchant of his ilk. Alas, the syndicate's overtures are not so easily rejected. When we formed the Scions of the Seventh Dawn, it was with the goal of serving Eorzea, not the interests of individual Eorzeans. Our neutrality is fundamental to our cause. In my heart, I know this to be true, and yet, if accepting these offers of patronage could empower us to do greater good, might they not warrant greater consideration? Our Baldusian colleagues have been generous beyond measure, but we cannot expect them to. Forgive me, I did not mean to burden you so. Yes, my urge to share this dilemma may not be wholly misguided. Might I impose upon you to consult the others? They are like to have their own opinions on this matter. Alright, now we'll take our other quest. So for this one I won't bother to read the dialogue, it's just talking about the primals. The beast tribes are summoning them more frequently and more powerfully. This is basically a prelude to the hard modes of the primal fights, which are 8-man trials. Which means we have to queue up for them in the duty finder. However, they have to be done before you continue past a certain point of the MSQ. And that's before you get to Heavensward. So at some point the MSQ will say you can't proceed unless you've finished these quests, and they're the quests for the hard mode primals. So you do have to do them. And of course, I will undertake this mission. Oh, you're welcome, Thancred. come out of the cutscene and he won't be in the room, so you have to go find him. We have to go speak with Scions anyway, so for the other quest. Recall you are meeting with the Admiral shortly after the Luminsons sent word of the summoning of Titan. And mayhap you also recall my words to our host. I said unto Merlib that her people had broken their treaty with the kobolds, and that the beastmen had justly responded, that we had been called to intervene in a conflict which she herself had invited. In short, I spoke the truth. And wherefore did I speak it? Because owing no allegiance to Limsa, I felt no compulsion to allow the Limninsons to distort the facts to fit a narrative which justified their actions and absolved them of guilt. Upon this subject, Minfilia can expect a similar reply. Our many dalliances with the city-states have already weakened our claim to neutrality, but the path she contemplates would see us relinquish it entirely. Fortune begets power, and power fortune. That we, and especially you, have power is beyond doubt. The question is what to do with it. You may be interested to know that there is a growing belief amongst the refugees that Alamigo could be liberated, if only the Scions would commit their strength to the cause. Yet theirs is but one of many causes. We stand at a crossroads, Kit. Each path is paved with good intentions, but where they lead is far from clear. It seems these guys are not in favor. I've been receiving a lot of gifts lately, but Palpalimo keeps making me send them back. It wouldn't be so bad, but some of them are really nice. I mean, very nearly abandon your principles nice, you know? Okay, Ida. None can deny that we would benefit from more support, but if it comes at the cost of our principles... Neutrality was ever a delicate matter. I've lost count of the times I've had to explain to people that our allegiances need not necessarily lie in the same place as our headquarters. Mind you, if we are to sell our services for Gil, we might as well declare our fealty to Ulda right now, and have done with it. I'm quite sure Ida would enjoy the bribes. Okay, and this is the primal quest. So first we'll talk to him regarding this. Tis the lot of the power to the covetous as well as the needy. Thus doth prudence dictate that those with power proffer aid with one hand, whilst the other resteth ever upon their hilt. Alas, we have not the luxury of time to decipher our petitioners' machinations. Nay, not while the beast tribes do labor unseen, defiant in defeat, to raise up their fallen primals once more. Doubt not that they shall return, stronger and bolder both, nor that we shall be the ones to meet them. This sacred charge shall ever be ours. 'Tis but a pity we are so few and our fortune so finite. Okay, so now we need to go talk about primal fear. Oh, right, this is the... We actually don't need to do this one. I'm gonna just go ahead. It's not necessary. However, we do have to do these ones. Ifrit bleeds, we can kill it. If you want to do the extreme versions, you have to do that quest that Urianger has. Primal Fear. But, just to do the hard modes, you just gotta take a quest from each of these guys and you have to do them in order. So we have to start with Ifrit. Alphino. This situation is not wholly unexpected. I too have given much thought to our organization's future, though it would seem I have reached a different conclusion. Mayhap it is time I made my feelings known to the antecedent. Come along, Kit. Okay. Alphino, Kit, is aught amiss? You desired counsel, and so you shall have it. Minfilia, the scions of the Seventh Dawn must leave Ul'dah. We must do what? So long as we remain within Ul'dahn territory, we will never be free to act with impunity. Moving our headquarters to Vesper Bay only delayed the inevitable. We have demonstrated our capabilities, and the Syndicate has taken note. They will not suffer our organization to remain independent now. We are far too dangerous for that. Surely you realize they are the reason Vesper Bay still lacks an Aetheryte. They know full well how beneficial one would be to our cause. Which is why it and other favors will be denied us unless we cooperate. If Ul'dahn is no longer suitable, then where would you have us go? Experience has taught us that the appearance of neutrality is as important as the reality. Accordingly, we must keep each of the great nations at arm's length and plant our banner in a place which all agree to be beyond their borders. Mordona. Revenant's Toll, to be precise. It lies within neutral territory and offers all the essential facilities we require. By way of an additional benefit, it also is frequented by a veritable legion of adventurers who may serve to supplement our ranks. I am, of course, conscious of the fact that we have developed a certain bond with Ul'dah and her people over the years, but I truly believe this to be the best course of action. As you yourself observed, we have invaluable ties to the local community, forged through years of concerted effort. Ul'dah is our home, Alphino. To cast aside everything we have built and start anew in that desolate wasteland would be beyond reckless. The decision is yours to make, Antecedent. I only ask that you recall the shared purpose which first moved us to found the Scions of the Seventh Dawn, and which moved you to found the Path of the 12 ere that. We aspire to an ideal, you and I, just as my grandfather did. That makes us more than mere comrades in arms. We're as much your family as... That will be all, Alphino. I am sure you have some familiar affairs of your own to attend to. Your concern is most generous, but no, I have left them in the hands of men better suited to the task than I. I could not well allow my personal affairs to become before the needs of the Order, after all. You little shit. Alright, which ring should we take? It looks like these are all rings for melee, so, because they all have strength on them. So I guess we'll just take the fending ring. We'll turn it in for skills. Okay, take the next quest. We're not going to do these quests. Eventually it's going to get to a point where it's going to tell us to go somewhere else, and at that point I'm going to start doing some of the other stuff. Leave Ul'dah. Has it truly come to this? Oh, Kit, pray attend to Alphino. He is engaged in some business or other and requires your assistance. Pray be on your way. Alphino waits upon you, and I have much to think about. Oh, and tell him he shall have my answer in due time. Alright. Be. Confound it. She knows what must be done, and still she hesitates. It's all because of these fanciful rumors. I should explain. Minfilia's mother, well, adoptive mother, was among the great many who perished during the calamity. Flamine was her name, though you may know her better as the Songstress of Ul'dah. She was a performer of singular talent and much beloved by the people of Eorzea, not to mention a certain Charlian minstrel. As you may imagine, the news of her passing was greeted with shock and disbelief by her adoring followers, many of whom refused to acknowledge what had happened. That her body was never found only served to encourage speculation. Minfilia, too, struggled at first to accept the truth, but as Flamin's absence stretched from months into years, she saw that there could be no other explanation. Until recently, at any rate. For whatever reason, rumors have again begun to circulate that Flamin is alive and well. One of our informants, Father Iliad, has sent word that a woman matching the songstress's description has been seen of late at the seaside resort of Costa del Sol. If we could succeed in tracking her down, I have no doubt that any worries that now plague Minfilia's heart might be assuaged. I mean to set forth for Lenosha at once. Let us reconvene there and inquire with Master Gangaruju as to the veracity of these rumors. Okay. You can wait for me at Costa del Sol for a while, Alfie. I'm gonna go talk to this fellow in Ulda. What we have to do now is we have to go attune to... Oh, this is the Beast Tribe quest. This piece for Thanalan will unlock the Amalja Beast Tribe, but I'm not going to do that on the stream for certain. I don't usually do that on my alt. I've only done it on my main. The Beast Tribe quests are a bit of a... Oh, somebody is asking me to join their free company. Now we can fly, so attuning to this aetherite will begin much faster. So we just have to fly through all these enemies. And they, I mean, they will aggro, but we can just ignore most of them and just kill the ones that are still there at the end. So I can fly on my chocobo if I want to. Flying! And, this is like... You're not supposed to really go this high, but in these areas, but you can kind of fly over the rock here into Zaharak. It's got its own music. Just fly over these guys. Back in the day, you had to run through here to get to this aetherite. Now you just die. Okay, let me just attune to the Zaharak. Quest, and now we have to complete Full of Ember's Hard before we can move on to the next quest. So you know what, I'll go ahead and queue up for that, because it's probably going to be a long queue. So we'll see how long it takes. And we can continue to do other things. So one thing that I really wanted to do was go back to Gridania, and there's an event going on right now. It's a Hatching Tide event, which is their way of saying Easter, basically. So you see these little egg decorations everywhere. But it's kind of a cute event, so we'll just go through it. And you get this Thornberry outfit. Plus an emote. Greetings, friend, and a happy Hatching Tide to you. Allow me to introduce myself. My name is Jilly Aliapple, and I facilitate the annual Hatching Tide festivities. You're an adventurer, are you not? May I ask for your name? Kit, 'tis a pleasure to make your acquaintance. In case you are unaware, Hatching Tide festivities were conceived a number of years ago after I was first visited by the 12 Archons in a stirring and prophetic dream, and I confess I've been dreaming ever since. Oh, I am most eager to share my latest dream with you. It was highly peculiar, to say the least. You see, I beheld visions of that chilling creature of legend, the Tonberry. If past experience has taught me anything, it is that painstakingly recreating my dreams is sure to bring about good fortune. However, as Tonberries are not but figments of old fables, I began to doubt whether I could do justice to their ghastly appearance. But that changed when this gentleman generously offered his assistance. Greetings, milady. My name is Hamlin, and I am what you might call a supreme connoisseur and passionate aficionado of all things Tonberry. As you may not be aware, Tonberries have heads as round and adorable as any egg, which is why I believe they are the perfect addition to the Hatching Tide festivities. So I donned the superior mantle of Tonberry and presented myself to Miss Jilly here. Hee! What luck, wouldn't you agree? Hamlin was kind enough to furnish our other volunteers with Tonberry guises, and we're all hard at work preparing for the upcoming fun. A lot of eggy stabby fun it shall be. Exactly! That's the spirit of Hatching Tide. Perhaps without the stabby part. Considering my dream, I think these festivities present a unique opportunity to share the Tonberry's charm with the world. There is but one problem. A group of sylphs has been making mischief throughout town, playing pranks, sabotaging the decorations. Luckily, it seems a mere glance at the Tonberry form is enough to send those leafy brigands fleeing in terror. Is it not remarkable how such an adorable visage can strike fear into the hearts of some? Does not the contradiction of the Tonberry's nature invigorate your very soul? Our other volunteers are using their Tonberry guises to shoo away the sylphs as best they can, but we still find ourselves short-handed. Would you be willing to assist us, Kit, just until the mischief is mitigated? My sincerest thanks. Hamlin has prepared a plethora of guises for us, so I'm sure he will have one that fits you. Alright. Hamlin? Okay. I'm wearing my guise. I'm just gonna go around and spook the sylphs. Well, if these ones can't have fun with tusked ones, walking ones won't have any fun either. This one will make sure of it. How about some eggy stabby fun? Yeah, monstrous one! This is why these ones need tusked ones! Hide well, Warpy one, and spring out and make the walking one screech and jump. Hee hee, this one can't wait. Let's have some eggy stabby fun. Aye. Scary one is here. Flee, flee. Bye, little souls. Do 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 do. But if these ones are naughty, then Elder One will become Scolding One. No one will know it was these ones. Besides, it isn't that naughty. Hee hee. Don't be naughty. Have eggy stabby fun. Yeah, please. This one didn't mean any harm. Eek, sticky one, get it away. All right. Time to commence the 8th rate. And now we're in a full party. Here we are in the Bowl of Embers hard. Watch out for those cracks. At the very start, he only does one, but after a while, he'll do something to follow you, so you gotta run away. Since we're all standing close together, whoever it gets faster on is going to cause everybody to have to. There. Yep, it's following him, so we gotta get out of here. You don't want to get hit like that. Halfway through the fight. Now he comes up with his infernal nails. So now you gotta attack the nails. You want to kill them all. There's not enough time to do so, but I mean it's fairly generous. Just attack them, kill them. There's one hiding. And then he will go to himself. Hurt a little bit. And then we get out. He does a solo attack on the tank. And the tank is doing a good job of staying over to the other side of him. So these are going to spread. Oh. For some reason they got cancelled. The tank must have like stopped. Oh. So he will dash across the screen here. Have to not be in his path. If you're in his path, you will get smoked. That. Probably the opposite one. Yep, there it is. Oh, we all got those underneath us. Oh, caster, usually I follow the rule of if I'm playing DPS, I'll try to calm one of the other DPS. If I'm playing healer, I'll calm the tank. If I'm playing tank, I'll calm the healer. I got a player commendation. That's nice. Okay, anyways. So we finished that, so we can go back to the Waking Sands and get the next one. But first, I will continue with this event. Okay. I trust you returned from a job well done. I'm sure Miss Julie would like to hear the particulars. You may relay your report after I relieve you of that outfit. You mean the outfit I'm no longer wearing? I'm glad to hear the sylph spluttered home. Thank you for all of your help, kid. Yes, you performed most admirably, not only in deed, but in dress. Upon beholding a Tonberry performing such selfless acts of valor, the citizens of Gridania are sure to have warmed to our adorable paragons of pointy justice. All according to plan. Our other volunteers are currently making the rounds and checking the rest of the decorations for any residual surprises, but I dare say we should be able to officially begin the celebration soon. All that's left is to wait for our Archon eggs to arrive from Mulda. I hope you enjoy the festivities. Something tells me this shall be a hatching tide to remember. We have a problem. Nonota, whatever is the matter? It's the eggs, Jilly, the Archon eggs. Sylph swarmed the shipment as it entered the central shout and zapped the delivery mammoth into a frenzy. The caravan has been brought to a complete standstill. Oh no! If you had only seen it, the chaos, the carnage, the eggs! Our beautiful Archon eggs scattered across the ground, sylphs pilfering them like spriggans, and that smoking mammoth rampaging like an old owl goat possessed. 'Twas sheer mayhem, Jilly. The sylphs presented no demands, offered no reason behind their rampant pillaging, but they did keep squeaking about tusked ones and no fare, and why should walking ones have all the fun? What do you suppose they mean? Ah, I heard the sylphs once held an annual spring festival, but there was an incident involving one of their fighting boars. I believe that was the end of such festivities. I understand how it must pain them to see us cheerfully prepare for hatching tide, but those ill-gotten eggs won't ease their suffering. We must find a way to recover them. If I may be so bold, I believe I have the perfect solution to your conundrum. Kit's assistant will be crucial, however. You will lend us your aid, yes? Okay, so that completes the first quest, and then we just got the second quest, and that's going to give us the emotes. You wish to lend your strength to my brilliant plan, do you? Very well. Our divine mission is as follows. We must adorn ourselves in the guise of the Tonberry and scare the sylphs away from the fallen eggs. It may seem like a rather familiar tactic, but terror cuts as sharply as a knife in the right hands, as does the power of the Tonberry. We shall remind these sylphs of what adorable horror lurks in the shadow. It is time to take the Tonberry's naturally winsome and captivating visage and transform it into a mask of pure evil. Observe. Oh, so scary. I suppose that makes sense, but what of the delivery mammoth? In its panicked state, it may easily mistake us for naught but common egg thieves. Or perhaps not so common, considering the guises. That's where Kit's participation is crucial. For even an overexcited abomination is no match for an adventurer versed in the arts of warfare. course, I shan't be so cruel as to send you into battle as defenseless as a swaddled fawn babe. You may rely upon me to perform the necessary enhancements upon your guise that shall grant any stabby sweetheart the ability to withstand even the harshest of electrified zaps. In theory, anyway. In the midst of adversity lies opportunity, as they say, or rather, in the midst of scattered Archon eggs stands the noble Tonberry that all might witness its triumphant glory. Very well, let us proceed with Hamlin's plan and see that our eggs are recovered safely. Excellent. I shall commence the enhancement of this guise at once and have it ready for deployment in 2 flicks of a Tonberry's blade. Kit, let us meet where the bells of destiny toll. To arms! Alright, so now we have to do the fate, which comes with this event. The event fate, you might say. It's just in Central Shroud, so we're just gonna go there and then we're gonna fly down to where the fate is. Now, usually there's 10 minutes between fates, so we'll just have to see if when we get there the fate is just ending. Let's have a look. So the fate's not up right now. So that doesn't necessarily mean it didn't just end, but we can go down there and have a look. We'll see how many other people are there. Just fly through here, through all the foliage. And here is where the fate happens. I don't see any other people here, so the people who have done the event must have done it, so we just wait, and eventually it'll pop up. So what it is it'll be the Tonberry dude, and he'll stand here, and then when we talk to him, he starts up the fate. So somebody has to be here to actually talk to him, or he won't start the fate. But we have to wait for him to spawn before we can talk to him, so this is a different fate. The fate will be right on top of this orange circle. So well, since I'm here, we'll talk about our options for what we can do post-ARR. Obviously the first thing is to finish those hard mode primals, so the next one I believe is Garuda, and the last one is Titan. And then the other thing that we need to do is we need to do the Crystal Tower series, which is the series of alliance raids. So 24 people per run. So that one is a little bit bigger, but it's not as scary as it might sound if you're a new person. It is actually pretty fun and chaotic. And people don't really care if you screw up and die, they'll just raise you and you can continue on. Oh, there's a new person doing new person quests. In any case, my reasoning for jumping directly into Crystal Tower, it's required for the main story quest for reasons. Most of the expansions have their own 24-man series, and they're not required for the main story quest. But Crystal Tower is, because it's going to directly relate to main story quest events later on in the story. As far as Shadowbringers, anyways, the Crystal Tower essentially comes back into importance. But I won't say too much because we don't want to spoil it. So, but when we go to do Crystal Tower, there will be the introduction of my favorite character, Grahatia. I loves him. So, I'm pretty excited about that. Pretty excited for Kit to meet him, to get some chance to interact with him again and see him in all his glory. He's a temporary character. He's introduced for the Alliance raids and then he goes away, unfortunately, but still, he's pretty great. He's really cute. Alright, so this is not spawning. We'll give it a little bit more time. We're just gonna do the fate once. Now, if you want to get all the items, You have to do the fate more than once, but if you can get gold on the fate, which basically requires you to turn in about 10 eggs, then you can do it once and get the whole Tomberry outfit, but you won't be able to get the music, orchestrion roll, or the poster. So you'd have to do it again to be able to get the music and the poster. So we'll just wait here for the fate to spawn. I'll do it the once. Hopefully I'll be able to get gold. And then we'll get the Tomberry outfit, and I'll do it again on Kit, just to get her the stuff. And I'll do it off stream because it's not necessary for you guys to watch me do this fate more than once. We're just gonna do it the once. So, but for right now, did I pick up those dances? I think I picked up those dances. Oh, I didn't pick up the step dance. I did pick up the harvest dance. Oh, look at that. Oh, and as soon as I start doing that, the fate shows up. See the mammoth? That's that mammoth that we're talking about. And there's the NPC, although he's not targetable yet. There we go. You just talk to him and start the fate. So you can pick the Archon eggs off the ground. Oh, first you have to join, and then you get turned into a Tomberry, and then you can pick the Archon eggs off the ground. And the other thing that you can do is you can scare the silk. If you get hit by these AoEs, you just basically get knocked out for a couple seconds. Okay, it's going that way. Down here. Hi guys. How about frightening? And then they give you eggs when they run away. Where that was. Oh, I got down for the count. Doesn't really matter. Right. So you can see you can get a lot of Archon eggs from frightening sylphs. And again, it's going the other way. See how many I have. Let's turn them in. Talk to Hamlin. Oh, 15. So we're already a good ways into the quest. So we need to finish this bar off though, so my part for that. So that's the Archon egg. This is a delay when you scare the sylphs. Or you get the egg. Because because have to kind of do their animation more. Aha! The fate is over! Now everybody has to turn in their eggs. You've got a minute to turn in your eggs after the fate ends. That. So you got hit by it. When he's doing his little spinny thing, basically that means that's the direction he's going, and his little line attacks are going to continue to spin around him like that. And the sylphs do those little circle attacks on you. But yeah, we just have to wait 30 seconds. We don't need to collect any more eggs because we're already at the max for this fate, so... And we're definitely gonna get gold. So hopefully that guy knows he's supposed to turn his eggs in, because I haven't seen him come over here. He's got 13 seconds left. Come on, buddy. Turn in your eggs. Hooray! We completed the the fate. Oh, I've got a piece of gear that needs to be materia extracted. Alright, so we've successfully completed the fate, so let's just go ahead and go back to Gridania. Go back to Niketo's amphitheater. Check the quest. And we'll get the emotes, and then we have this reward of these 10 eggs. So 10 is enough to get the whole Tonberry series. So let's just talk to her. And here comes our hero now. Hamlin has just been regaling us with the tale of your valor, Kit. We can't thank you enough for recovering those Archon eggs. Truly, from the bottom of our hearts and purses, thank you. My single regret is that no rapturous bystanders were present in those solitary woods to witness such valorous displays. Alas, the Tonberry's majesty will once again pass unacknowledged. Yet such is often the way with the true goodness. The hero that works in secrecy for the betterment of all. My friend's then name is Tonberry. Profound, I'm sure. I must say, Hamlin, your unflagging devotion to all things Tonberry is both remarkable and admirable. The character's just like, okay, whatever. Pardon me. We were in those solitary woods, and we saw what you did for us, or what the Tonberries did for us. I was heartbroken when a sylph snatched away the Archon egg that my friend had given me. But thanks to you, it was recovered safely. You Tonberries have my eternal thanks. I only wish you didn't have to scare the sylphs so badly. The poor things. Is there no other way to deter their mischief? The Tonberry senses are tingling. Indeed. Consider this, if we decorate the eggs with a Tonberry theme, the sylphs wouldn't dare snatch or to sabotage them. A dark green coat on a large egg with 2 golden circles for eyes? Not bad at all. Perhaps even cute. Chilly, perhaps this is what your dream foretold. Not just Tonberry guises, but the Tonberry eggs and decorations as well. In which case, we should send word to our old unclosness that we'd like another batch of Archon eggs and some striking shades of Tonberry. Of course, all our eggs are packaged during transit, meaning the sylphs will likely continue their mischief outside the city. I'm tempted to send a Tonberry guard with the caravan, but the road from Ul'dah is too long to attempt in such a guise. We shall continue to consider possible alternatives, but in the meantime, should you happen to come across another waylaid shipment, I hope I can count on your assistance. As a Tonberry, of course. And that's the justification for multiple runs of the fate. Well, seeing as our Archon eggs have finally arrived, I dare say it is time to officially get cracking. Let the Hatching Tide festivities begin. You have unlocked the Egg Hunter Riggy minigame. To play minigames, open the toy chest found in any inn-room. Alright. I don't think we're gonna try that. I got the achievement. It's not easy being green. So now you talk to this egg advocate here. And you've got these options. So you can see that because the Tonberry outfit is 5 pieces and each one costs 2, that's going to take all 10 of my my eggs. And the Papaya Demastered Orchestrion roll is 3, and the Hippity Hoppity Hatching Tide advertisement is 2. So if I want to get those, I have to do another run of it. But let's just get the Tonberry outfit for now. Magic prisms, by the way, are just fireworks. So they're not super duper exciting. They're just like one-time use things. Tonberry boots. up all of our eggies. And I'm gonna use the emote, and then I'll use it so you can see what it does. Slash frighten. Ah! Kind of funny. Alright. So, that's that for the event. Let's continue with what we were doing and go get those quests to continue with the hard mode primals. Go back to Vesper Bay. I think we still have some Vesper Bay tickets. Vesper Bay tickets, yeah, we got lots of them. 17. Okay, here we be. Let's go. What do you have? That's New Game Plus. So basically the way New Game Plus works is when you finish things, like for example we've just finished all of The Realm Reborn, you can replay them again to see the story again in full. And I mean, when you go to the inn you can usually view cutscenes, and there's a lot of cutscenes in the inn that you can view, but some of the little minute dialogue gets lost, and so obviously pieces of the story are not there. So to replay the story in full, you can use New Game Plus. And I believe it's in the duty menu? Yeah, New Game Plus. And then you can select from here. So in this case, you'd select A Realm Reborn, because we only have A Realm Reborn. And then there's the patch content of A Realm Reborn here. And so then there's Heavensward and the patch content, Stormblood and its patch content, Shadowbringers and its patch content, and Endwalker and its patch content is not yet in New Game Plus. So yeah, it's very helpful for, especially if you're trying to write fan fiction, just to get the details down again. Sometimes you forget what people said in certain conversations, and you just want to remind yourself what happened. So this one is the Weaponsmith of Legend, so we're not going to do that. That's basically the, get yourself a relic, and the relics are extremely grindy, and we're not going to do that. They are very pretty though. They're shiny and gorgeous, but we're not going to do it. Alright, so now Palpalimo has a quest for us. Okay, so we're going to use the Beastman Aetheryte again to get to there. So we just got to go to the Beastman Aetheryte, which in this case, we've got to go to Gridania and talk to the guy at the Adder's Nest first. But in this case, the Beastman Aetheryte is actually in Corvus. So we're going to be going to I would normally check to see if we can rank up, but I don't believe we can rank up until we do Smile Darkholds. So. Surgeon's Wand. So I think we have a quest to enter Smile Darkholds. We could do that at some point as well. And then we could continue and do the Aurum Vale. Oh, Aurum Vale. It's one of the most hated dungeons in Final Fantasy XIV, but you have to do it if you want to rank up with your company and get your squadron. Camp Dragonhead. Go there. And then we're gonna go to that Aetheryte. I'm gonna see see if we can just fly over to it. Or if we have to take the long way through the encampment. Yep, we were able to do it. So here's the aetheryte. To it. Quest completed, and you can now do your hard mode. Howling Eye Hard. So let's go ahead and queue up for that. Got a check mark on Ifrit here. Let's go ahead and get the check mark for Garuda. Anyways, it'll be a little while for the queue as usual, so either continue with the main story or we can start on the quest for Crystal Tower. And personally, I would like to go ahead and get started on the quest for Crystal Tower, so that one starts in Mordona. There's a reason why I made Mordona one of my favorites. It's a place you'll go to a lot. See all these blue quests? There's a lot of level 50 dungeons. And the blue quests are all for level 50 dungeons. And the one that we're looking for Crystal Tower, though, is this guy, this outlandish man. But you can do those level 50 quests for the level 50 dungeons. They're all 100% optional. And you don't really need to do them, but it is good to do them eventually. So you can either collect all the blue quests and do them just to get them off your map, or you can leave them there and just ignore them, which is what I'm going to do, because this is not a playthrough of every dungeon in the game. This is a playthrough mostly of the story, so we're going to leave those alone. So anyways, do I know you? Ah, unless I'm very much mistaken, you are the famed adventurer who bested the Garlean Empire's general, are you not? The great Kit Swan herself. Amazing. And more than a little serendipitous. One might even call it fate. I but recently received word of a truly unique opportunity, you see. An opportunity the likes of which none but one of your proven worth could take advantage. The reward? Not less than the accumulated knowledge of a fallen civilization. The risk? A single misstep could cost you your life. But what is a little danger to a storied hero such as you? A woman with absolute confidence in her own abilities stands to profit handsomely from this venture. No, I crave no recompense for my part in bringing this opportunity to your attention. The historic discoveries you shall make will be reward enough, I assure you. If my words have fanned the flames of your curiosity, then I bid you seek a man by the name of Rambros at St. Coinish's Find. It is he who stands at the doorway to untold marvels, awaiting the arrival of a champion bold enough to march across the threshold. Okay. Thank you, mysterious man. Mysterious man who looks suspiciously similar to somebody we saw in the story. Yeah. Alright, but anyways, we gotta go this way. So we also have flying in Mordona. We have flying basically in all of the zones that we visited in the Realm Reborn. So we can go ahead and fly down here. Now, when we get to Heavensward, the zones in Heavensward we will not have flying in. And we don't have flying in the cities, but you will earn flying in the Heavensward zones. You have to collect Aether Currents and do quests to get more Aether Currents. And I'll show you what that means when we get to Heavensward. But for now, we won't worry about it. Why, if it isn't Kit Swan herself! I was not expecting such a celebrated guest. To what do I owe the honor of this visit? Well, this mysterious man told me you need my help. You were directed here, you say, by a man clad in foreign garb. Well, the opportunity he spoke of must surely refer to our latest anthropological endeavor. Quite how he came to know of it is another matter. All knowledge of this project was supposed to be restricted to my organization. But there is something for me to ponder in private. You are here now, and your services will, I am certain, prove invaluable. I must warn you, however, that the venture we have in mind is no simple excavation. An unprepared or incautious adventurer could very well find herself on an unplanned and unpleasant journey to Thal's solemn halls. Knowing this, do you still wish to lend us your cooperation? Yes. I rather thought you would say that. Your courage is scarcely a secret. Now the first... Kit? I thought it was you. Hey, Sid. What brings you to St. Coinish's? Don't tell me. The Alliance has sent you on another realm-shaking, history-making mission to lay low an apparently insuperable foe, yes? No? Ah, I see. You two are already acquainted. That is well. Master Garland, our intrepid hero here, caught wind of the forthcoming expedition and has kindly pledged to assist us. She has she? Glad to have you aboard, Kit. You don't have the faintest idea what you volunteered for, do you? Very well, let us begin at the beginning. The sons of St. Coinage are tasked with unearthing the secrets of the long-fallen Allegan Empire, and this present endeavor aims to delve more deeply into the civilization's mysteries than ever before. Ah, but I know that look. In the event you feel ill-equipped to contribute much on the subject of Allegan archaeology, I invite you to recall your encounter with the Ultima weapon. That mechanical monstrosity represented a feat of engineering far beyond aught Garlemald can presently achieve. Nero Trollskeva simply awoke it. I mention this by way of reminder that you have had what one might term extensive first-hand experience with a notable Allegan relic. In short, you're practically an archaeologist. That's a stretch, Sid. Now to the core of the matter. Here in Mordona there stands an entirely Allegan structure which we have yet to investigate. I speak, of course, of the Crystal Tower. After witnessing the destructive capabilities of the Ultima weapon, and the lesser moon Dalamud before it, it seems wise to treat any remnants from that era with utmost caution. They must be analyzed, monitored, and, above all, kept from falling into the wrong hands. To put it plain, I have no wish to see another megalomaniac legatus wield one of these weapons. It was this thought which first moved me to contact the Sons and propose that the tower be explored. Alright. For several millennia, the Crystal Tower remained hidden, buried deep underground. But like many other things that were better left undisturbed, the structure was freed from its stony prison by the great upheaval which accompanied the coming of the Seventh Umbral Era. It now stands revealed in all its splendor, a gleaming spear of crystal pointed at the bosom of the heavens. The heavens have a bosom? This looks like crap. They said thinks so too. We believe the tower to be the repository of much of the ancients' wisdom. Unfortunately, its entrance is guarded by formidable defenses, and we cannot so much as peep through the keyhole, much less set foot inside. These defenses take the form of statues carved into the likeness of giant swordsmen. The 8 sentinels, as the Sons are wont to call them, is the first barrier we must overcome. Why not simply fly over them in an airship, you ask? It's been tried before. Any vessel that ventures too close to the tower is blasted out of the air. We either destroy these statues, or the front door is forever beyond our reach. My colleagues and I are ill-suited to negotiating such deadly hazards. Thus, if we are to gain access to the tower's secrets, we must needs employ the services of an experienced adventurer. It will be difficult and dangerous, Kit, but I can think of no finer woman for the task. Well, of course. If I didn't know any better, I'd say you had a taste for these deadly escapades. I look forward to working with you again. There is much and more to be done before we can begin the expedition proper. Take some time to prepare yourself, and I shall explain the challenges that lie ahead. In other words, here's the end of those cutscenes. Speak with me again, and I'll give you probably another cutscene. Oh, nope, just some talk. Our first objective is to reach the entrance to the Crystal Tower. As I previously mentioned, however, that will prove no easy task. The entrance is guarded by powerful defense mechanisms, each utilizing one of the 4 elements of fire, water, wind, or earth. Anyone attempting to simply stroll past these unsleeping sentinels invites swift obliteration. Based on Master Garland's analysis, however, we are reasonably certain that the attacks of these lethal contraptions can be reflected using a crystal of the corresponding element. Naturally, these crystals must be of surpassing clarity, free from the slightest impurities, much like the flawless specimens used by the Beastmen in their primal summoning rituals. Ahem. Mayhap I should have said exactly like the specimens they use. Were there any other way, we would not ask this of you, but we need someone to enter the Beast Tribe's strongholds and liberate their perfect crystals. For the moment, I would have you focus on obtaining 2 of the 4 crystals we require. Pray make for Lenosha, where both the Sapsa's spawning grounds and the Ugamoro mines are located. You may be certain that the materials used in the Beast Tribe's sacred rituals will be well defended. Whether you choose to venture there alone or with companions, I shall leave to your discretion, but whatever you do, please be careful. I will be fine. Okay, so what we have to do is just go to these locations and talk to a spot, and a guy will spawn and we gotta kill him. What used to happen is we used to have to go to these spots and wait for a fate to spawn and kill the fate. Now those fates could sometimes take hours to spawn, so they changed it. Which I'm very happy they changed it, because otherwise unlocking the Crystal Tower was a giant pain in the butt. So anyways, let's, there's Ugamura Mines and the Sapsa spawning grounds, so let's just go to, let's say, the Sapsa spawning grounds. So that's in western Lenosha. So first we'll return to Limsa. We've had quite the waiting time for Garuda, so anyways, we'll go down to the Fisherman's Guild and get to western Lenosha. I like it. Because you can take the ferry over to the airport. And it only costs 40 gil. And now let's just fly over to where this fate is at. Or not the fate, but to where this monster is, and kill it. So the Sapsa spawning grounds are actually in some tunnels. Well, they're through some tunnels. So we have to kind of stay close to the ground here and go through the tunnels. It's going to be the same in Ugamaro Mines. So we might get some aggro from some guys, but it's not really a big deal. There's some fates going on. We're just going to ignore those. So here's the tunnels. So we have to go through. I'm just going to make sure we're going the right way. We don't want to go that way. That will take us to another part of the map. This way, we just go through here, over this way, and up to the top point where we find our destination. I didn't aggro anything, probably because I'm level 57. Pretty high level for this. And I'm gonna get higher level. Alright, oh, I should summon my Chocobo. Come on, Chocobo. I'm level 57 and this guy's level. But Belle got a little bit of experience for it, so that's good. Okay, now now we gotta go to Ugamarel Mines. Unfortunately, there's no cheap way to get there, so we just gotta teleport. It's only 207 gil though. Oh hey, these guys are needed for my hunt log. Cool. I wonder if there's a couple more around. I'll go look for them after we do this fight. Done, so we're just gonna have to go back to St. Point, which is fine. But let's go look for these roundsmen. If we kill a couple more, we can get that entry finished. There's one. Pretty easy to get lost in here, so. Sure, these guys are. Looks like the roundsman might have respawned though. Yep, he did. Seals out of that, and Belle got a little bit of experience. Alright, let's go back to Ordona. First I'll get on my mount, and then we'll just teleport to Ordona. Look at how long this is taking though. This is about what I expected for these. Unfortunately, Dynamis is still a very new data center, and there's just not that many people on it, and I know a lot of people, because of data center travel, go, when they're queuing for stuff, they go to Ether, or one of the other data centers, but usually I think it's Ether, and do their queuing there, and I don't want to do that, so I'm trying to just help stimulate Dynamis's queues, but I mean, if they're too long, we might have to do that. Oh, whoops. So these are the finest, or help progress your efforts in infiltrating the Beastmen's strongholds. So these are the famed flawless crystals of the Beast tribes. I have seen countless specimens from I know not how many excavations, but nothing to compare to these. Their purity is astounding. You have done well, Kit. With these in our possession, we lack only the crystals of fire and wind. The former lies in Zaharak, the war camp of the Amalja in Thanalan, the latter in Nadalan, the roost of the Ixal in the hills of Porthos. You can expect them to be closely guarded as the first two, if not more so. Still, I look forward to receiving word of your resounding success. Alright. So we gotta go to Zaharak and slay someone there, and then we gotta go to Nadalan and slay someone there. So, same sort of idea. Let's go to We should have done this at the same time as we were getting the Euphrates thing. Oh well, whatever. It's not quite as far in, so. I can fly in the motorcycle too, by the way. You can fly on any mount once you unlock flying, so. I like to fly on my chocobo because I've been using the motorcycle for some reason. It's the fastest land mount. But once you're in the air, it doesn't matter. Oh, there's Ruda, but I just kind of Alright, see, you notice I have this much time. Cool party. And here we go with the party. 500 rocks each quickly units. It doesn't matter. It'll take more or less damage from it. It's just depending on how many rocks we have left determines how much damage we do. So if you don't have any rocks left, you're going to die. But thankfully we had plenty of rocks left. And that's the end, and it takes you back here. I noticed I got the Ifrit's, or no I didn't, but I got the Vortex Coffer. It's a level 70 weapon, and right now I'm using a level 49 weapon, which is item level 49, so this is going to be an upgrade. So I just use it, and then equip the new weapon. So that is pretty good for me. It's a Garuda-like weapon. Very cool. And yeah, now we can go back to Vesper Bay and get the quest for Titan. And then we'll go back to Mordona and finish the quest for the Saint Coinage's Find. Has a quest for us. So Titan is more powerful than the Garuda we just fought. Castle. Maelstrom Command is just over here. I just know this city really well, but you can use the map to determine where everything is. like on your quests to see where you have to go. Ah, get to the silence. So we have to go into Ugamaro Mines, which we were just there, but we're gonna go back. So, and attune to the etherite in there. Now it looks like it's really close to the entrance, but it actually isn't. When we get there, I'll show you. Fly on the Fenrir this time. Flying motorcycle. It doesn't make sense, but whatever. Well, you can't go through here, so you have to go all the way around, which is turn this way, and then over here, and of course stuff might aggro you along the way. Oh, whoops, I went a little bit too far. Boop, boop, boop. Go, while we're waiting, go deliver the crystals to Revenant's Soul. I'm not sure why this person's sitting here. Okay, they can do what they like. Just gonna fly around Morinana. It is good to see you. Tell me, were you able to obtain the remaining crystals from the Beastman? Yes. Wonderful. With all 4 crystals in hand, we are now ready to proceed to the next stage of our preparations. I hope I did not give the impression that we would be embarking on our journey into the Crystal Tower just yet. Alas, there is another step which must be completed ere we come to that. While the crystals you acquired are indeed flawless, they are of little use to us in their present form. If they are to reflect the elemental forces of the tower's defenses, they must needs be cut and polished. A process which calls for a very particular set of materials. Procuring them will be a challenge in itself, I fear. Needless to say, we will be requiring your services once again. Alright. Oh, I get some dark matter. Thanks, Remrose. Okay, sending it down. If the flawless crystals you procured for us are to retain their elemental purity during the shaping process, a very specific set of abrasive substances will be required. Well, I say substances, but one might just well call them one substance, namely aether sand, which has 4 elementally aspected varieties. Alas, aether sand is neither common nor cheap. Indeed, it is not unusual for the abrasive to exceed the value of the precious stones it is used to polish. Given the rarity of the materials in question, the Goldsmiths Guild in Ul'dah seemed the likeliest place to purchase the quantity we require. When I contacted the Guildmaster, however, I was informed that no aether sand was currently available. Though I requested word be sent as soon as new stock came in, I have yet to receive aught but apologies. I should mention at this point that I placed the order some time before you procured the flawless crystals. I am well aware that acquiring aether sand is no small feat, of course, and I am not an impatient man, but I fear the more we delay our investigation, the greater the risk that the tower's secrets may fall into the hands of other, less savory parties. That is why I wish to entrust you with the payment for our purchase, and send you to speak directly with Guildmaster Serendipity. Mayhap the presence of such a distinguished personage will spur the guild into action. In any event, it is my hope that when next we meet, you will have found at least one of the 4 varieties of aether sand we require. Oh boy. Okay, so we gotta go to Ul'dah and talk to the Guildmaster. At the Goldsmith's Guild. See if we can get some aether sand. Hello, Serendipity. Ah, Mr. Swan. Welcome, welcome. What brings you here, if I may ask? On behalf of the Sons of St. Coinage. What fortunate timing! I was just about to contact Master Rambros with the news that we finally managed to acquire a quantity of fire-aspected aether sand. I'm afraid it may be some time before we can supply the other 3 varieties, but you are welcome to settle accounts for what we have now. Pray, let me speak with Jameen over the... I do beg your pardon. It seems she's assisting another customer. Come on, there must be something you can do. Without that sand, we'll have to rethink our whole design. I sympathize with your plight, sir, but as I explained, the aether sand in question is already spoken for. If you'd like to reserve the next shipment, then I would be happy to accept the funds you've offered as partial payment. Partial? Are you saying it's not enough? I'm already stretching our research budget as it is. I suppose a man can do without a midday meal for a year or 2. Kit, it's been too long. What brings you here then? Got your eye on something expensive, have you? Pardon me. Well now, that is quite a money pouch. The sound of so many gil clicking together is strangely satisfying, is it not? Calming and yet invigorating at the same time. Oh no, you're here for the bloomin' aether sand, aren't you? Well, I can't deny the elegant civilization's a subject worth researching. The chief said he was looking into something big, but we never thought to ask him what. Wedge and I have been busy tinkering with a new airship design to think of much else. Well, I say tinkering, wrestling would be more like it. Still, after much wringing of hands and gnashing of teeth, we've managed to put together a prototype crystal-powered propulsion system. We got the idea for it when I heard how you used a lot of corrupted crystals on board the Enterprise, as a matter of fact. Anyway, to cut a long story short, our design calls for all 4 varieties of aether sand. And that's why we can't just relinquish my claim on this batch here, even for you, lass. How are we meant to usher in a brave new age of technological innovation, if not by technologically innovating, hey? While I hesitate to interrupt such an impassioned speech, duty compels me to point out that this lady is a representative of the organization that reserved the aether sand in question, to mention nothing of the fact that her purse is considerably larger than yours. Oh, it's like that, is it? Alright. This batch is yours. I'll let you have it, but you're going to take my sand. It's only fair that you grant me a role in this project of yours. I'll take that as a yes. It's not every day you get a chance to experiment with the wonders of the ancients. With any luck, they'll inspire me to think up another technological innovation or 2. I guess Dixie's gonna help us. Now then, from what you've told me, I'm guessing you'll be needing the other 3 varieties of elementally aspected aether sand as well, right? Rather than sitting on your rump waiting for a shipment that may never come, I reckon your time would be better spent looking for the stuff yourself. And it just so happens I know of a good place to start. There's said to be a peddler in northern Thanalan who very occasionally handles the earth-aspected variety of ether sand. Wedge is in the process of confirming the rumor as we speak. I know what you're thinking. When did my timid little friend decide he didn't need me to hold his hand anymore? The answer being just the other day. Seems he's been inspired by a certain adventurer's heroic example. I thought he was joking when he volunteered to go to Thanalan without me. I just hope he manages to stay out of trouble. Head out to Blue Fog and you should find him poking around with his new bodyguard. Oh, did I not mention her? Wedge thought it might be wise to hire an adventurer to accompany him, just in case your heroic example turned out to be less inspiring than he first thought. Okay. So let's go to Blue Fog. Save your greetings. If you're looking for a hired blade, then you'll have to look elsewhere. After the day I've had, the only company I crave is the squat, silent type. The type that has a handle and holds no less than a pint of ale. You wish to hear my tale? I warn you, it's no stirring epic, but as you had asked, my employer, a Lollathalan lad, wished to pay a visit to a peddler, who deals in some manner of special sand. I forget what it was called, but it is apparently worth a small fortune. Anywhere when we arrived, the man claimed the stock had been stolen by bandits. Determined not to return empty-handed, we crept into the bandits' stronghold and set about locating the stolen goods. Long story short, alarms were raised, rogues were awoken, and we fled in a blind panic. I was separated from my employer in the confusion, and I've not seen him since. Oh, a friend of yours, is he? Then you'd best be prepared for the worst. 'Tis just possible the poor sod may yet be lost in the old Amagina mithril mine, but I fear the bandits will have caught up with him by now. Well, we better hurry then. Let's go find Wedge. Oh, so it's further. Oh, there's quite a bit of stuff here, but people have been killing it. Hey, Wedge. How could I be so stupid? Sneaking into a bandit's lair, it's just not the sort of thing I do, and now I'm going to die for it. No. I just need to calm down. I can do this. I can be brave. I'm going to stand up and I'm going to walk out of here. Here we go. Yay! I'm sorry. Please don't kill me. I promise I'll leave and never come back. Hi, Wedge. Kit! Is it really you? But how did you find me? Can you smell fear? Actually, ignore that smell. I'm sure you're wondering why I'm here. Well, I was in the process of retrieving some stolen ether sand, which Biggs and I need for our research as it happens. It was, I concede, perhaps a touch foolish and very nearly fatal, but I did succeed in snatching the stuff before my bodyguard ran away, and several dozen bandits came piling after me with knives and axes and what looked very much like a plank with a rusty nail in it. Anyway, the important thing is that the stolen ether sand is right here in my oh dear, it must have fallen out when I was taking evasive maneuvers. It seems I won't be leaving this infernal place for a while yet. You'll find the ether sand in my stead? Oh, thank the gods. You're a true friend, Kit. I hope the search doesn't prove too troublesome. The bandits don't seem to care much for visitors. Alright. Yeah. Look, Earth Cradle ether sand. Okay, I guess I gotta deal with this guy first. You're a little more time, dude. sand. Let's just back to where Wedge was. In here. Oh. And kill this guy. Dr. Wedge. Kit, have you had any luck locating the ether sand? Yes, that's it. I must return to the workshop at once and tell Biggs the wonderful news. What's that? You're also on a mission to collect ether sand? And you're working with the chief? A treasure trove of valuable knowledge, you say? I see. Then you really should be the one to have this. Biggs and I are far from exhausting all possible avenues of airship innovation, but it sounds as if your problem can't be solved by any other means. This expedition of yours sounds jolly interesting, I must say. I'm half inclined to join you. In fact, I think I will. Any venture worth the chief's time must be worth a look. Right, I'm more than ready to leave this awful place behind, and you should return to Modona with that ether sand before there are any more, little mishaps. Be sure to keep a close eye on your pockets, Kit. Okay, bye, Wedge. Alright, now we go back to Rambros. Ah, Kit, you have returned. I take from your presence that you were successful in procuring us some ether sand. Tell me, which variety did you find? Here you go. 2 of them. I see. 2 varieties. Well, that is 2 more than can reasonably be expected. And 2 less than I had hoped you would say. Forgive my flippancy. You have done well, truly. If all goes to plan, we will no longer fear death by fire or earth. Master Garland, if you would be so kind as to prepare the relevant crystals. I shall set to work immediately. Truth be told, I've been looking forward to this. One does not encounter materials like these every day. Speaking of which, how in the 7 hells did you find them? Mistake me not, old friend. I know only too well how capable you are, but ether sand isn't something you can simply find gathering dust at the back of a merchant's rare gem cabinet. You had help from Biggs and Wedge. Ha! Trust them to design a revolutionary new engine the moment I turn my back. How's a genius meant to rest on his laurels when his employees are so damn innovative, huh? Now they're determined to join us, are they? Typical. I jest, of course. It will be good to have them around. Still, as a matter of professional pride, let's endeavor to procure the 2 remaining varieties of ether sand before they arrive, shall we? Tell me, Rambros, have we any information on where the water and wind aspected types might be hiding? Not as of yet, but I have made certain arrangements. We shall soon see if my efforts have borne fruit. Forgive me for observing, but you seem less than enthusiastic about that prospect. If there's a complication, I'd rather we discuss it now than risk jeopardizing the expedition. Maybe an explanation is in order, but first let us savor the preliminary victory that Kit has won for our cause, if only for the moment. Okay. Savage Might, Determination, Savage Aim is critical hit, and direct hit rate. We're gonna go for the critical hit. I wonder if we should just take the silver pieces, because these kind of materials are not really of use right now. Yeah, I'll take the silver pieces. Okay. Yes, I must speak of the arrangements I made to acquire the 2 remaining varieties of ether sand. Some days ago, I asked a Charlian acquaintance of mine to travel to Gridania and there gather the necessary materials. Since that time, however, I've heard nary a whisper from him. To be frank, this lack of communication is not entirely uncharacteristic, but I cannot discount the possibility that something ill has befallen the man. Alas, we do not have time to investigate his fate. As I have mentioned before, the more we delay our expedition, the more likely it is that the Crystal Tower's secrets will fall into the wrong hands. Therefore, I would entrust you with the same mission I assigned to my friend. Travel to the Black Shroud and seek out Parsimon-Montred, the master of the markets in Gridania. If anyone knows where this ether sand may be bought, it is he. Alright, so we go to Gridania. Yes? I'm sorry? Did you say you wish to purchase ether sand? Forgive me, madam, but you have the faintest idea of the rarity of the material you seek? Why, I have not seen so much as a grain of ether sand in these markets for many a long year. I could tell you where one might mine the ore from which the water-aspected variety of the abrasive is derived, but only a desperate fool would willingly set foot in the place. You seem undeterred. Very well. Are you familiar with Earth's Gift? That is where the ore is to be found, in an area inhabited by a particularly pernicious hog. Should you encounter the betusked nightmare, you should know that you are in the right place, albeit at the wrong time. Farewell. Alright, Earth's Gift. So that's in South Shroud. Got Quarry Mill. The Quarry Mill. Okay. Ooh. Look at this. Smoking carcass. Well, that's not what we expected now, is it? You are too late, adventurer, and not only for the entertainment. You will find no trace of the ore but what recently lay here. No, nay, not so much as a speck. Ah, no, you will never spy me from there. For the time being, at least, you will have to trust the evidence of your ears. Now stop squinting at the foliage and listen. As I told you, the water-blessed mineral you hope to find is gone, taken by me. Victory has made me magnanimous, however. Accordingly, I have decided to share the location of an alternative source of aether sand with you. The wind touch variety, to be specific. I trust I have your attention? Good. A band of Ixal in the North Shroud keeps a quantity of the abrasive for the purpose of removing impurities from lesser crystals. Well, do you mean to dally here all day? Make haste, adventurer, before I snatch another prize from under your nose. This is to be a race! The Ixal logging grounds in the North Shroud shall be our destination, and that is where the real amusement will begin. May the best man win. Alright. Ooh, hey, perfect timing. Just finished that cutscene. Time to do some Titan. If these people will accept their queue. If we're missing one DPS and one healer. There we go. And here we are in the Naval Park. Oh man, I remember when this fight was so difficult. I mean, it's still like, I guess it's not easy for newcomers, but you get through it a lot easier nowadays. You have better gear, and more levels, more experience, and that sort of thing. Okay, so like if you're the tank, you're gonna face around, he'll do stuff like that, and you want to dodge that. If you get caught, it knows you get pushed off the edge. Now you want to run to this red part, but not into the red part. To it. You don't get hit by as much from the crashing down but don't stand there. You don't have much time to move, so you need to react immediately. Nothing again. There's going to be a red part. Go to the red part, but not into it. Hurt him a little bit more because you're a little closer to him. That. Okay, put down bombs. The best thing to do is go to the last bomb that you put down. Right here, because we're waiting for the first one to go off, and then go over here. Now you gotta watch out for the landslides. About that. Oh, that's on either side. Get him up. Oh, I forgot to get out the... I was distracted. That's Mummy. Oh, and now the healer's getting jailed. There's nobody else who can raid. Hopefully that healer can get us up now that they've been taken out of jail. I hope they prioritize the other healer. So you had to kill his heart there, and so they killed the heart. And now, the real fight starts. Tempo increase. That's why you should stand with the tank, and the tank takes your storm. Not rather. They know what they're doing. They just like right now they don't look at. They're gonna get smacked and they're gonna yeah. You might okay. Right. Now there's no healer left. Normally red mage can res, but red mage only res at level 4, so not at this level. Oh, they might be able to take him down. If the tank can stay alive. Oh my god. Yeah, the tank is dead now. Yes, hopefully the other tank can take him. And now we have the Echo, so our damage dealt, spell-based restoration, these sort of things are all... Anyway, we can try again. No big deal. Off he goes. And they busted me out. Hooray! There he goes. This time we don't have to worry about whether you're in the center or not. It's gonna just smash you down. Wait. Now we can kill it. See how the 3 rows go down? You want to go to the last row that landed, which is this row over here. The ones in the middle go off, and you run into the middle, and then the ones on the other side go off. So it doesn't give you a lot of time to run. So that's why you want to go to the last ones that landed. I know Happy Party went to the second one that landed, but that's not what you generally want to do. Oh, that guy's getting lost in jail. Flush him out. Okay. No. And he's dead. Alright. Goodbye, Titan. And I will give accommodations to the rampage. Alright. Looks like we got... Oh, that's the summoner book. I can roll neat on that. And the weapon coffer, that would be nice to have too, because that would be, I'd be able to use that for Scholar. Perfect. That's awesome. Let's get the heck out of here. I got 2 player accommodations. Oh, that was nice. Alright, so this is actually a better book than the one we just got from Garuda. So let's go ahead and equip it. Oh, no? Did I not get it? Oh, the weapon coffer dropped and I left, and they hadn't rolled yet on the Greater Key of Titan. Oh, so somebody else got it. That's okay though. I got this. Now we have an even better weapon than the Garuda one. We have the Titan one. However, the Titan one is... that's not so bad, I guess. Oh well. Anyway, let's go ahead and... could go to the logging grounds, solid logging grounds. Maybe I'll leave that for a surprise. Grahatia has not been introduced yet into the Crystal Tower series, but he will be. So we'll leave that for next time and call it here. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go back to Gridania because I'm going to do that event fate one more time and get the rest of the stuff from the event. So I'll be here in Gridania though when we start our next stream, and we'll be ready to move on to the Exalted Logging Grounds. Now that I've done all 3 of those primals, we just need to do the rest of the Crystal Tower series, and then we can move on to some other things. Yeah! Possibly main story quests, because we do have to do that as well. In any case, thanks you guys for tuning in and watching, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye!